Hey, learner, ever feel like you're just sitting on this mountain of content, but the financial rewards are like a little trickle? Not exactly the flood of cash you were hoping for, right?
It's like, you've got gold to share, but you haven't quite figured out how to, well, turn it into actual treasure.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're tackling content monetization mastery, a guide that's all about making the absolute most of the content you've already created.
We're not talking about burning yourself out, creating more.
It's about working smarter, not harder, right?
And luckily for us, we've got an expert here to help us unearth those hidden gems.
I'm happy to be here.
So this guide keeps mentioning a content gold mine, which sounds amazing, don't get me wrong, but what does that actually mean? Like, is there a treasure map hidden somewhere in my drafts folder? I wish it were that simple. But it's actually a pretty accurate metaphor. Think of it this way. All those blog posts, videos, podcasts you've poured your heart into, that's your gold mine. You've already struck gold by creating all of that incredible content.
Okay, so instead of constantly digging for new gold, we need to figure out how to refine what we've already mined, right?
Exactly, and that's where this guide comes in. It's about identifying the diamonds in your content mine, those high-impact pieces that are already resonating with your audience, and then repurposing them into new formats with even bigger earning potential.
Okay, so how do we do that? How do we actually find these hidden gems? I feel like sometimes it's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Data, my friend, that's the secret weapon. Yeah, we're talking analytics. Forget those cryptic treasure maps. Dive into your data and see what's already working. Which blog posts have, like, off-the-charts engagement, comments for days, shares that just won't quit? Those are your stars, the ones practically begging for a remix.
So we're talking like a data-driven treasure hunt, now that I can get behind.
Yeah.
But say we've identified these golden nuggets of content. How do we actually transform them from, well, content into cold, hard cash?
All right, so now's when it gets really fun. Let's say you have a video that totally went viral. What if you took that video and turned it into a series of, like, bite-sized tutorials?
Ooh, I like where you're going with this.
Or maybe you combine a bunch of your top-performing blog posts into a really visually appealing infographic. People love to download and share those. The possibilities are truly endless.
So it's not about just copying and pasting the same thing across every platform. It's about getting creative and reimagining your content for different audiences.
Exactly. And to keep those repurposed pieces feeling fresh and relevant, because you always want to make sure you're, staying current. Think about giving them a bit of a makeover, update your stats, sprinkle in some current trends, maybe even give the visuals a refresh. Make sure it feels as exciting and relevant today as it did the day you first hit publish.
Okay, so we're not just recycling content, we're like upcycling it, giving it a whole new life.
I love that. You're getting it.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I think this is a good place to pause and have a little aha moment with our listeners. This idea that your content isn't just a static archive, it's a living, breathing resource that you can continually refresh, reimagine, and yes, monetize. That's huge.
It really is a game changer when you start thinking about it that way. You've already done so much of the hard work. Now it's time to leverage that hard work and build something sustainable.
So we've dug into our content mine. We're starting to unearth some serious gold. But the big question is, how do we turn those nuggets of wisdom into, actual spendable income?
That's where things get even more interesting.
Okay, you got my attention with these pillars. It's like we're constructing a solid, stable structure for monetization, not just building castles in the sand. So what are these pillars that hold up our content to cash kingdom?
Let's start with the first pillar, membership models. Imagine creating a VIP experience around your content, exclusive content, behind-the-scenes access, maybe even a dedicated community forum where your biggest fans can connect and learn. And the best part is you're generating recurring revenue with monthly memberships.
It's like building a tribe around your expertise, a place where people feel like they're part of something special. And that consistent income is a beautiful thing for any creator, I'm sure our listeners agree. What's next?
Pillar number 2, online courses. Think of it as bottling up your knowledge and experience into a structured, step-by-step learning journey that people can access anytime, anywhere. You can create video lessons, downloadable workbooks, quizzes, even offer personalized feedback. It's all about guiding your students toward a specific transformation.
That makes so much sense. Everyone's looking for that learn-at-your-own-pace approach, and a well-crafted course delivers exactly that. And here's the kicker. You create the course once, and it can keep generating income for years to come. Brilliant. Okay, tell me more about these pillars. What else can we build with?
This next one's my favorite pillar number 3, group coaching. If you thrive on connection and love the energy of a live setting, this one's for you. Imagine hosting interactive workshops, Q&A sessions, and accountability groups. It's a chance to provide more hands-on support and guidance in a smaller, more intimate setting.
Ah, so it's like a blend of education and community, with you as the expert guide cheering them on every step of the way. I can see how that would be incredibly rewarding for both the creator and the participants. All right, what's the final pillar in this content to cash fortress we're building?
And last but not least, we've got pillar number 4, one-on-one coaching or consulting. This is for those who crave that personalized touch, that deep dive into their unique challenges and aspirations. You work directly with clients, leveraging your expertise to help them achieve breakthroughs and create lasting change.
Now, that's a high-touch, high-impact approach, and I bet it's incredibly fulfilling to witness those individual transformations firsthand. Wow, we've got memberships, courses, group coaching, one-on-one. It's like a whole buffet of monetization options.
It's an impressive toolkit, for sure. But I hear you, listener, trying to juggle all these pillars at once sounds, well, a little overwhelming. It's like we're building Rome in a day. We just started laying bricks.
Exactly. That's why this guide emphasizes a 100% approach. Instead of setting one big revenue goal for your entire business, break it down and set individual goals for each pillar, for each product you create.
So instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, you're diversifying your income streams, giving each one the best chance to thrive. I like it. But building these products, especially high-quality ones, takes time, effort, maybe even a little tech savvy. What if you're feeling a bit short on those things?
That's where this guide gets really interesting. It delves into the nitty-gritty of creating those products,
Yeah.
how to curate your content into compelling membership offerings, how to structure an online course that keeps people engaged, even how to leverage the power of AI for editing, enhancing, and streamlining your workflow.
Hold on, did you say AI as in artificial intelligence? Now things are getting futuristic. I bet our listeners are just as curious as I am to hear more about this.
Imagine having a digital assistant who can help you edit your videos, transcribe your podcasts, even generate ideas for your next course module. That's the power of AI, and this guide doesn't shy away from showing you how to harness it. And speaking of powerful tools,
Hmm.
have you heard of my Content Catalyst? My Content Catalyst it's like having a whole team of experts in your corner, ready to help you transform your content into a thriving business. Tell me more. This sounds like a game changer.
So we've talked about building those digital products ourselves, and the guide does a phenomenal job of breaking it all down. But let's be real, sometimes we could all use a little extra support, right? Especially when it comes to the more technical aspects of building an online business. That's where my Content Catalyst steps in.
So instead of feeling overwhelmed by all the moving pieces, you can focus on your zone of genius, creating that amazing content, and let my Content Catalyst handle the rest.
Exactly. Think of it like this. They've taken a whole team of experts, designers, marketers, tech wizards, you name it, and made their expertise accessible to creators like you.
Okay, now I'm really seeing dollar signs. But hold on a second. We've got the content gold. We're building these incredible products. How do we actually make sure those products end up in the hands of eager buyers?
That's where our final piece of the puzzle comes in. Crafting an irresistible sales funnel.
Okay, now, before you picture actual funnels and people being poured into them,
Definitely not.
let me clarify. Think of a sales funnel like a journey you're guiding your audience on from the moment they first discover you to that exciting moment when they click buy now.
It's all about building a relationship, not just hitting them with a sales pitch, right?
Exactly. It's about gently guiding them step by step, building trust along the way, and showing them how your product can solve their problems and transform their lives. And this guide does a brilliant job of breaking it down into manageable stages.
Absolutely.
This is where things get strategic.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to map out this customer journey.
Okay, so first impressions are everything, right? We start with a killer landing page. You know, that page people land on when they click your link. It's got to be eye-catching, tell your story, and entice them to hand over their email address in exchange for something awesome, like a free checklist or a mini course.
It's like that welcome mat on your doorstep. But instead of just saying hello, it's offering a sneak peek of the amazingness that awaits inside. Okay, we've piqued their interest, they're on our list. What's next in our sales funnel adventure?
Now it's time for that all-important welcome video. This is your chance to make a personal connection, share your vision, and highlight the value of what you're offering. Then comes the really fun part, the email sequence.
The email sequence, it's like a series of postcards. each one bringing them closer to their destination.
Exactly. You're nurturing the relationship, building anticipation, addressing any objections they might have, and ultimately leading them to the main event, your irresistible offer.
And this is where you really showcase the transformation your product can bring.
Make it clear, make it compelling, and don't forget that call to action.
And if they're ready to dive even deeper, there's the upsell. Bonus features, exclusive content, a VIP community experience. And for those who might be a little hesitant to commit fully, you've got the fallback, a lower-priced option that still delivers value. It gives them a taste of what you're all about.
It's like having different doors to your content kingdom.
And each one leads to a unique experience. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today. We went from uncovering the gold in our content to building a solid monetization strategy and even crafting a sales funnel that gently guides your audience towards saying yes.
It's been quite a journey. We explored how to breathe new life into your existing content, different monetization models, even dipped our toes into the exciting world of AI.
And of course, we can't forget about my content catalyst. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed, they're a fantastic resource. Remember, you don't have to be a tech whiz or a marketing guru to turn your expertise into income. You just need the right tools, strategies, and a willingness to experiment. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the expert sharing your story right here on The Deep Dive. Until then, happy monetizing.